right, so we need these objectives read. Okay, Kaylee is 1, Amy is 2. Go, Kaylee, nice and loud.
Student will be able to know how different taxes affect people differently and how white taxes affect people differently.
Okay, so students will know how different taxes affect people differently and why taxes affect people differently, right? Okay, Maggie?
Students were able to discuss and reflect the effects of education tax through the lens of someone other than yourself.
Okay, because you probably don't have a lot of experience with taxes so far, other than there's something that come out of your paycheck, correct?
Yes.
Does that make sense? Okay. So, why are we doing this? Here is your question, okay? Should there be a tax for public schools that only applies to those who have children who go to school? Public school. So this is the question at hand in tomorrow's city council meeting. We're going to have a city council meeting. Should there be a tax for public schools that only applies to those who have children that go to public school? Does the question make sense? Do you have any questions about the question? Questions about the question? Yes? No? Melissa?
So those with children that go to private school don't have to pay the same tax?
Yes, so if your children were to go to private school, you would not have to pay this tax. Shy? Is there a stated reason why? Benefits to pay principal. Benefits received principal. Think about that. Why should you have to pay for something? That's the argument. Why should you have to pay for something that you don't use? That's a public good that you do not use. Or what if you don't have any children? Okay? However, you may already be formulating your own opinion on this matter. I can see in your eyes you are. I saw somebody shake their head when I put this question up. So I don't know who it was, but I forget. Somebody was like, no, be the big one. No. Don't care what your opinion is, because the challenge here is that we need to see how what everybody's opinion is. Okay? So I'm going to give you a role. Some of you will be in partners because you'll be parents. Some of you will have the same role. I'm going to have a couple teachers, a couple students, a couple economists, only one mayor. Okay? On each role slip I give you is a little information about your role. For instance, you might not exactly know what a school board member does. You might have some idea, but you don't really know. So I'm going to give you a slip that tells you what gives you a little more information. What you're going to do is you're going to use this sheet, yes, to prepare tomorrow. So it asks questions like, what kind of values do you have? How might you feel about taxes in general? How might this education tax affect you? Okay, and it goes on to list things. You need to list what you're going to say tomorrow. What I found in our last discussion is when I did this, you put an arrow up to these other things. No, I want you to map out exactly what you're going to say. Because what's one of our goals be tomorrow? Our very first goal?
100%.
100%, right? Okay. There are people in here that tell me they don't talk because like, well, I didn't know what to say. Well, this is why we're doing this. So that you know what to say. You're prepared about what you're going to say. Okay? What I also want you to do that is not on this sheet is that you need to use text evidence from this article. Don't use text evidence from this article. So if you're a high income parent, are you going to want to use evidence from this article that says that life is really hard for poor people because of taxes? No. Okay? Only use evidence that supports your opinion. Okay? You are this person, and I know how dramatic you guys can be, and how into the roles you can get. So you need to bring that. You're laughing, and I'm looking at B. Okay? So now is your time to do that. One of the things I'm going to grade you on the rubric tomorrow is how well did you understand your role. Because it's important for us to know what all these other people are thinking and feeling when it comes to taxes. Is that understood?
Yeah.
Do I have any questions, comments, concerns? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pass out your roles.
Still be responsible, or should they be participating in paying taxes to support public schools when, in the case, they don't have kids going to public schools or they don't have kids?
Yeah, then as a school board member, I want them to pay because I want the teachers to be happy to be able to teach, the high school students.
The students, so better, materials, so supplies. Maybe because for my scenario, I have 35 students, but then we we don't have books, they don't have desks. So then with the taxes that people pay to support public schools, then I'll be able to provide for my students. And I'm like, I like that, and it's good for my teachings, I care for my students, and it's good for you guys so that you get better tools for your education, better opportunities, and all those good stuff. And then he's like, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. And then what we're trying to like initiate is just like people should pay tax or shouldn't pay taxes for kids that they do have that goes to public school or they don't.
He noted that as an example.
Chong, you got a confused look on your face. Somebody help a sister out.
Those lower tax rates were put in place for
Questions you have?
What are you confused about?
Yeah. What are you confused about?
those lower tax
Are you not confused and I misread your face? What is your role, Chong? Oh, you're a high school student. So you should this is who you are.
For a reason, you know, it's not like
You're a high school student.
I know, but I just
you know how like rich people like they pay like loan too.
Yeah.
So like they,
That
I think they did lower it. It's for the
and not
poor
private
people,
school, the whole,
really not for the rich people.
like the people.
Oh no, the thing is that that's what we're trying to do right now. Like, should we make them pay tax, you know? To like,
Make the public pay tax.
no. Make
That lower
like
taxes
parents
to
who doesn't have any kids pay tax to public school. Because like, even if they don't have kids, we still want like that extra money for materials and like whatnot. You know?
How is it right now? What is the situation like right now? Do people who does it matter if your kids go to public or private school?
They still pay tax.
Yeah, you pay tax no matter what. So this is proposing that change.
Paying enough in taxes. What?
And if you don't have a kid that goes to public school,
You still have to pay.
you don't have to pay.
But then, for our group, we kind of like we do want them to pay.